The night was dark at Baramati station. The air was thick and heavy. Riya Sen shivered. She was a journalist. She was brave, but this place felt wrong. Riya checked her watch again. It was almost midnight. Her connecting train was long gone. Any train coming?
Not tonight, he mumbled. Best you find a place to stay.
Riya frowned. She had an important story to chase. She couldn't afford to wait. A distant rumble echoed in the night, sending shivers down the spine of anyone who heard it. A train emerged from the darkness, its headlights piercing through the thick veil of night. It was old and rusty, with a ghostly glow in its windows, as if it carried the spirits of the past. It pulled to a stop at the platform, the screeching brakes echoing in the empty station. The old man saw Riya staring at the train, her eyes filled with curiosity and determination.
Don't get on that, he warned, his voice trembling with urgency and fear. That's the 12:15, it doesn't go anywhere, it's a ghost train.
Riya scoffed. She was a journalist, always seeking the truth behind every story. She didn't believe in ghost stories or superstitions. To her, everything had a logical explanation. She had a deadline to meet and a story to uncover, and nothing was going to stop her. Ignoring the old man's warnings, she boarded the train, ready to face whatever lay ahead. The train was empty. Dust covered the seats. It seemed like it hadn't been used in years, a relic of a forgotten time. The air was cold and damp. The only light came from flickering gas lamps. The station felt abandoned, a ghostly remnant of the past. Riya felt a chill run down her spine. She heard footsteps coming down the aisle. Her heart raced as the sound grew louder, echoing in the empty carriage. A figure emerged from the shadows. It moved slowly, deliberately, as if it had all the time in the world.
"Ticket, please," he rasped. His voice was like sandpaper, rough and grating.
His voice was hollow, like an echo from a tomb. The conductor's hand was outstretched, waiting. Riya fumbled in her bag. Her ticket was gone. Panic set in as she realized she had left it on her last train. She had left it on her last train. The realization hit her like a ton of bricks, and she felt a wave of dread wash over her. The conductor grinned, a ghastly skeletal smile. His eyes glinted with a malevolent light, sending shivers down the spines of anyone who dared to look directly at him. The air around him seemed to grow colder, as if his very presence was draining the warmth from the train car.
"No ticket," he hissed. His voice was like the sound of dry leaves rustling in a cold wind, eerie and unsettling. The words seemed to echo in the empty train car, amplifying the sense of dread that hung in the air. "Then you stay on this train, forever." The finality of his words was like a death sentence, sealing the fate of those unfortunate enough to be caught without a ticket. The passengers looked around in horror, realizing the gravity of their situation.
Riya's blood ran cold. She tried to run. Her heart pounded in her chest as she sprinted down the narrow aisle, her breath coming in short, panicked gasps. She could feel the eyes of the other passengers on her, their expressions a mix of pity and fear. But the train car stretched on endlessly. There was no escape. No matter how fast she ran, the end of the car seemed to move further away, like a cruel illusion designed to trap her in a never-ending nightmare. Outside the windows, the scenery never changed. The same bleak, desolate landscape rolled by, a monotonous blur that offered no hope of salvation. It was as if the train was moving through a void, disconnected from the real world. It was always the same dark, desolate landscape. Riya was trapped. The realization hit her like a punch to the gut, leaving her feeling helpless and alone. She sank into a seat, her mind racing as she tried to think of a way out. The train at 12:15 was real. It was not just a figment of her imagination or a ghost story told to scare children. It was a living nightmare, a prison on wheels that ensnared the souls of the unwary. And it was a prison for lost souls. The train carried the spirits of those who had boarded it, trapping them in an endless journey with no destination. Each soul was a prisoner, bound to the train by some unseen force. The old man at the station was right. His warning had been clear. But Riya had not heeded it. She had dismissed his words as the ramblings of a madman, and now she was paying the price for her skepticism. But his warning came too late. The train had already claimed her, and there was no turning back. She was now one of the lost souls, doomed to ride the train for eternity. The train roared on, carrying Riya and its other ghostly passengers towards a destination they would never reach. The sound of the wheels on the tracks was a constant reminder of their plight, a haunting melody that echoed through the night.